Hey everybody, this is Rydo and we're back to Hearthstone. We are done with one night in Karazhan, so that means it's time to rebuild a new deck for every single character class twice over, one for standard and one for wild, and so we are now up to the Shaman. I have to make apologies from the last recording. The Hearthstone deck tracker that you should be able to see over here. If you can't see it, I'm sorry. Sometimes with the new setup that I've used, and Windows 10 forced me to use, basically, it doesn't get recorded until it gets updated, even though I can see it personally. I don't know why. It just happens. So I pointed it out, and I'm pointing it out now, and hopefully you can see it on the right. Otherwise, when I do my test thing, you will see my old deck for Shaman, which is pretty much all just focused around summoning and trying to keep alive a bunch of totems. It's very totem focused right now because that's what the Shaman's ability is to summon totems. Let's see what we get from Karazhan now. Spirit Claws. Ooh, this isn't a mage card. That's interesting. Has +2 attack when you have spell damage. Interesting. Deal 1 damage to all enemies. Summon a random 1 cost minion. Whenever you cast a spell, summon a basic totem. Ooh. So I don't think there's much to change here. In fact, this might be very, very simple change because it's not gonna, there's not that many new things. Let's look at all of the Shaman. So the Shaman has a 20 out of 43 battle victories, so it's running 47% victories. It's not really a bad, for me that's not too bad. We have like things like Evolve that works pretty decently with totems. We could do an Overload deck. I've certainly played those before. I don't particularly like them. We could have this totem in the deck, which I think I do. The Wind Fury deck, not really. The Lightning Storm is probably a card you need to play even if you're not doing an Overload deck. Well, you could play Murloc deck. The question is, how many Murlocs can you get? Because I don't think you can get very many at all in standard. Yeah, so that's the one Shaman Murloc things, and then you're missing a few of them, but you might do like a menagerie. No, I don't think so. Like, see, that's standard. If I look all cards, there's a couple extra. Old Murkai in particular is the one Murloc you've got to have, and then you still can play this, and you can still play this one, but one of these you can't. No, you can't. This one, the 3/2, is another one. And then you also can't play this one. So yeah, I don't think playing a standard Murloc deck makes sense. Let's see. Shaman. Where are you, Shaman? Here you are. I have this other character that I unlocked through people friending me. So, I guess we'll start with the Karazhan cards just to be efficient. Whenever you cast a spell, put I have 2 cards I want to add. What are 2 cards I can get rid of? This costs 1 less for a totem. This gives you totems plus 2 attack. Bloodlust. We'll get rid of this one for this. And we'll get rid of this one for this, I think. This one actually doesn't summon. It summons a totem, but it's not a totem itself. So I'll think about getting rid of that. But we need Barnes and we need this guy. So Hex is out. And let's see. Evolve. I think Evolve needs to go away for Barnes. This is a totem. So let's just search the word totem. T-O-T should be good enough. And nope, it isn't. T-O-T-E-M. Am I misspelling totem? T-O-T-E-M. Oh, no, I have to look at all the cards in standard just to make sure. I think I probably need to type in class : totem. I think that's how this works. There are some key things in let's see. Maybe it's type. Nope. Class totems. I've got no clue. There are some ways to search by class and type things, but I obviously don't know it. Let's see. TOT. This is the only one I'm kind of thinking about, so yeah, let's get rid of the feral spirits and throw this one back in. And we could do Master of Evolution if there's something else that could go out, but I'm not sure there is. I definitely do want Bloodlust. And this one works with totems well. Yeah. So, yeah, not a lot of change there. Just a slight adjustment. So when I go in and update my Hearthstone deck tracker, I will, for this one particularly, just say it's version 2.0, whereas I will say the others that I start from scratch are brand new concepts. So all standard cards. And I've kind of looked at everything and thought of everything. Even if I didn't like my changes here, which I kind of do, I don't know what I do. Not for standard play. The part of the problem here is definitely that standard play is designed to not be particularly like complex. So it's not really for people that want to do 5-10 card combinations over the course of several steps to win. It's for people that want to just do the basic stuff. It's like, I know this 4 mana, it does 2 attack and 4 health. I'm not playing for a long victory by drawing that extra card towards Cthulhu. Getting an extra card. It's just standard simpler, and they're taking out the few cards in every little connection that would change it. Frostwolf Warlord would be a decent thought, but I don't have any room for him unless I took out the Maelstrom Portal, which I'll just want to live with that. Yep. I'm just double checking. Yeah, here's a card that a lot of people like to play because it makes cards cheaper each turn. I don't think it's really worth it, actually. Nope. No. There's nothing I can see here that would change it unless I wanted to play Cthulhu. Cthulhu is almost this backup class of characters where if you just didn't have enough Shaman cards, for some reason you had almost no Shaman cards, you could make a Cthulhu deck for the Shaman and potentially increase the chances of victories. But yeah, I think we just needed to do a little bit of a tweak there, and hopefully that little bit of a tweak helps and doesn't hurt. So if the Hearthstone deck tracker wasn't showing before, it should be showing now.
Valera versus
so
Medivh.
if it tweaked it up to a 50% victory, 51% victory, that would be probably the best. Nope. This is the wrong one I clicked on. I am not paying enough attention.
Legions I command.
Now there's a danger now of conceding too. Last time I did this really early, it kicked me out of Hearthstone completely. I don't know if it was a mistake or what, but yep, it didn't do it this time. So Shaman Standard. That's what I meant to play. And that was a ranked game. If I wasn't at the lowest ranking right now, since the month just started, that would have cost me some stars. Certainly.
Morgul
Again, the
versus
Hearthstone deck
Malfurion.
tracker is doing a strange comparison. It adds the cards that are new and fades out cards that overlap the old set, the old thing. So, since I didn't change that much, here you'll see a lot of just marked out things and just maybe a few added things. A lot of the other ones, when I make a completely new deck, it just keeps adding and adding and squishing the text smaller and smaller, so it's not very helpful. But that's fine. After I rebuild all the decks for Wild,
Job's done.
which is what I'll get to after I'm done making all the decks for Standard, I'll go back into the program and update everything, and it will work the way it's supposed to. So I could play Barnes right about now. I think that's fine. In fact, Barnes might work rather well in this one.
What to do?
Because it's almost certainly going to do a 1/1 copy of a totem, and most of my totem cards are fine with that. So do I want to overload the next turn? Yeah, I guess I do.
Job's done.
Because I'll have 3, and then I can still use 2 to use my hero power. Now, this Murloc Shaman character, he's kind of a bad character because when he says something, he just mumbles it in Murloc language.
My greetings.
I wish, instead of having different like facade faces of character classes, because Shaman is a character class more than these characters, because each one of these characters have their own names. I wish what it was is that you had 3 different hero abilities you could pick from. So you would pick a character class of Shaman, and he would have one that summoned totems, and one that did something else, and a third that did something else. That's
Tonight,
the way I
a
would
tale of
they'd go
terrible
with it.
tragedy.
Interesting. So if I silence this character, he'd become a 12/12. Why do I even have a Deathwing in my... Why do I have a Deathwing in my... I don't have Deathwing. This makes no sense. Why would I have a Deathwing? I'm gonna have to go look and see why that... Oh, I remember now. Because the other guy, the demon, gave me 5 legendary cards, and one of the legendary cards is this
Real
guy.
night.
Well, there goes my Deathwing. That was a shame. Let's see. This. Into turn. So this 5 attack, 5 health creature is already down to 2 mana. I could get it down to 0 pretty easily. Hovering over all these cards too much. Let's see what happens here.
My totems!
So,
my pretty totems!
I want to cast a spell and see if it summons, if this one summoning reduces this. So this will reduce it to 1. Now when I cast a spell,
My pretties!
it summons this, and then that reduces it to 0, and I can play it.
Job done.
Nice. So I need more spells.
Another night on the prowl.
Now the only real problem with the totem hero power is it only makes one of 4 very specific totems. So once you have all 4 of those on the field, deal 2 damage and summon that one random thing. What? Deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. Nice.
My pretties!
And this. And let's see. Unless I kill this guy, I won't have enough room for this.
Run
next
away!
Did you bring some fish?
So I basically got that character back. Now my whole field is full. So Bloodlust now is the time to play. And that'll give me victory.
Bathe in flames!
Should, at least. So that Maelstrom portal worked pretty well, I guess. Doing 1 damage to all enemies. And just sending 1 mana card. Whenever you target this minion with a spell, deal 3 damage to a random enemy. Well... that's...
There's a
Let's
lot
go ahead and do this and this instead. Blood rest. And then 2, 4, 6. That could have been 9. And then 9 plus another 3 would have been 13.
Job's done.
So I could have done 13 instead of 7. That wouldn't have won it for me though. So I'll wait till next turn. This guy's ability to increase your totem's +2 attack is very useful. Of course, the trick is keeping your totems alive. If you can't keep them alive, they're lose. And that's really where the 50% victories versus 50% losses. It is so strange that one card is just such a game-breaking necessity now. Oh, I guess I can do this.
My totems! My pretty totems! My pretties!
So, 4, 5. Another 5 there. Oh, I'm up to rank 21. Another 10 gold one for me. Yay. You get 10 gold for every 3 victories. I could buy 50 packs of cards right now if I wanted to. I'm contemplating whether I should do a 25 days till Christmas theme at the end of this year. And then opening like a different pack from of the 3 different packs available in one day, one each day. I promise I won't sing. So I just want to double check to make sure all the cards I thought I put in this deck are the cards that are actually in this deck. And yes, that's true. Because I saw 2 of the extra 5 legendaries this card adds, and that confused me. So not a huge change there on the Shaman, but a change that I think is for the better. And that's when you know you're starting to lock down at least what the concept you're trying to achieve is, whether it's a successful concept or not. When you stop making wild and crazy changes and start to just think more like one step, one tiny turn of a knob is all the adjustment that needed. So next recording we will do the Warlock deck, which that might be very interesting, come to think of it. As always, I ask you to like, share, subscribe, comment if you want to, and watch every second of my videos. All that helps out. If you want to support me further, you can click on my name, Rydo. On the right will be a blue button that says support this channel. Click it, make a donation. And if you want to friend or follow me on basically any social media sites, there's a whole bunch of links down below. Thank you for watching. Have a good evening.